The AFTV Nigeria tour is brought to you by Klasha, the app that allows African consumers to access the goods and services they want internationally without friction. Click the link in the description to download the app and stand a chance to win $1,000 straight to your Klasha wallet to get you started on your shopping adventure.
Welcome back to AFTV, time for player ratings. Start with Aaron Ramsdale because he's the goalkeeper. Where's number one? Listen, he's been criticised the last couple of games. What do you make of him today?
Yeah, he was all right. Didn't really have to deal with much. There was one pretty good save in the first half. Yeah. That one, exactly. Good imitation of Ramsdale there. Ramsdale.
I could play in goal. I actually got that t-shirt. Check out the merch. Description. Link in the description below.
There you go. He didn't have much to do, but he wasn't sloppy. Commanded his area well enough. Made that good save.
I thought he was better in possession today than he had been the games before.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. He's been sloppy in the past few games or few months. 7, let's say 7.
Yeah, fair enough. I think completely fair enough. Couldn't do anything about the goal. Yeah. We move to the returning Tomiyasu at right back.
Yeah, I mean, Tomiyasu is one of those that when I'm talking about who I'd pick out today as a standout players, he hasn't been mentioned until someone mentioned him to me. That I'm like, yes, he's with them as well. Because he silently done his job today, efficiently. Yeah. And you could see they wasn't getting much success out of that side, hence why they kept on attacking Tavares' side. So for me, Tomiyasu came back, he done well. Hopefully that's not an injury he's come off with.
No, I'm pretty sure it's almost been like Arteta's already said it's nothing he's worried about.
Okay, calm. That's good then. Because it's definitely good to have him back. 7 as well, I'll give him.
Yeah, I thought it was very good. His one-on-one defending is so brilliant. He wins his headers. We move into Rob Holding, who comes in for Ben White, tight hamstring. So Holding comes in, gets the goal.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there was a few moments where the defence kind of seemed like lost in their ways. But at the same time, he got the goal. And there wasn't much threat from West Ham. They had periods of possession here and there, but they didn't really have much success. Hence why Ramsdale didn't have to do much. I think Holding was one of the candidates for man of the match. Probably mine because, seeing Holding in the lineup going into the last 4 or 5 pivotal games of the season, it's not a welcome surprise. But he done his job. He got a goal as well out of it. 8. I'll give him 8.
I think Holding has generally been good/very good when called upon this season, but he's been called upon from the bench often or to come in the cups. And this time he came in and was called upon as a starter in a massive game away at West Ham, and big credit and a big goal. Yeah. Gabriel again. I mean, I was on full time with Laurie. We were going back and forth about Gabriel's, the not so good moments, but then he wins the London derby for us. Where do we begin?
It's a tough one with Gabriel, because if he didn't get that goal, I'm looking at 4s, 5s at best for him today. But he got the winner in the end. And overall, he wasn't that bad. There were just moments again where he's been part of that sloppiness at the back recently. Yeah. We mentioned it with Ramsdale. Today, we saw bits of it with Gabriel, but the goal and the win makes up for it. So I'll ignore some of it and give him a 7. But like I said, if he didn't get that goal, if we didn't get the win, those mistakes would have been more in the public eye, let's say. At this time, we can just forget about it and move on. Yeah.
So I was about to add there that he's a funny one because some people think when we do these player ratings, we're not always judging them all from the same starting base. Like Gabriel, I have very high hopes for in terms of his future as an Arsenal centre-back. I rate him a lot. So almost like, I don't know how to explain it. His 5 out of 10 might be another centre-back 6 or 7. Yeah. Which is why I have these high expectations of him, but he does chip in with goals.
Yeah, I mean, you set the bar as you go. Football. That's what footballers do.
Very young.
When you don't expect anything of someone and they have a decent game, you're tempted to give 8s. Yeah. But if it's someone that has reached the pinnacle of football, have played at a high level consistently, and then they pull out that same type of performance, a decent job, you're probably looking at a 6. Because you're expecting more. So that's what's happened with Gabriel.
But it's a reflection of how much we rate him. Like, it's a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. Listen, not so long ago, the defenders at this football club made me sick. Not to mince my words on it, but some of the mistakes over
Say how
the
you
years,
feel, mate.
yeah, some of the mistakes over the years, I couldn't believe my eyes. So it's nice to have, a centre back in Gabriel, and even Ben White, pretty much the majority of the season, I'd say, that look like they bring something to the back line. They can help, whether it's defensively or offensively. They bring something. So with Gabriel, yeah, he's been sloppy, but at the same time, I know, he's better than this. So hopefully he turns the corner in the next game, adds a goal and a performance to it.
Yeah, and what a massive goal it was as well. Nuno Tavares, we said after the United game that it was a bit of a game of two halves for him. Should we just edit in what we said in that player ratings, or do we have anything else to add?
Same thing with Tavares. Like I said in that, when he makes a mistake, it's like his mind is just all over the gaff. Like there's that meme that used to go out there years ago where what was it? A crab from SpongeBob SquarePants or something, and the crab just looks dazed. Yeah, I'll show it to you after. I'll find it somewhere. But that's what Tavares just gets in a daze. He gave the ball away in the first few minutes. And then from there, it just looked like, not one of these performances. They kept on attacking down that side, but when you look back at it, they didn't really find as much success as our worries in the first half with Tavares would have expected to, Yeah, the goal, his attempt at, blocking the cross, him being out of position for it partly, yeah, he's responsible as well as Gabriel for that. But second half, he matured, he aided the attack when he needed to. Yeah, when he needed to. At the same time, he wasn't, he didn't cost us at the back. But overall, I'd say an average game's a 5 for me.
Yeah, I think that 5 is probably like a 3 and a 7, like met halfway.
Listen,
Do you know what I mean?
if we didn't get the win, that was going down towards a 3,
Yeah,
like you said.
yeah. But then the second half was good. He's a funny player, man.
Yeah.
He's a funny player. I love him. I don't know why I love him. I shouldn't.
Yeah, well, you're not going to love it if we move into Champions League with those performances.
Listen, I kind of respect that he's always battling through it, and fair play to him. Moving to midfield, Mohamed El Neni. I mean, said it before. Have we missed Partey as much the last couple of games? No, and he is the one who's slotted in to play that role.
Yeah, I mean he's doing, let's say, efficient. West Ham had a good midfield out there. Noble and Declan Rice. Noble's very experienced. Declan Rice is one of the best young midfielders in the league.
Yeah, sorry to cut you. They had a narrow kind of Fornal, Benrahma. Did Benrahma start? I think he did.
Yeah,
Bowen. They were all kind of coming in that central area. It's very hard to play through.
Yeah, it was very tight. It was very tight. El Nene in the past couple of games against United and Chelsea was better, but that's because United and Chelsea are going for it more so than West Ham was going for it today. But he done his thing, gave the ball away a couple of times, similar to Xhaka. But overall, I think both of them had good games. El Nene, 7 for me.
Yeah, fair enough. Granit Xhaka.
Yeah, I think Xhaka was the better of the two today, just about. Like I said, a few sloppy passes didn't cost us. But overall, good game. Like I said, came up against Noble, Declan Rice. For me, that was an area of strength for West Ham, and it was tight in there. Like you said, they had midfield dropping in, wingers dropping in. They had a false 9 up top. So it was very compact. But Xhaka, listen, before Xhaka got moved a bit forward, he was always susceptible in this position to mistakes, and those mistakes leading to goals. That statistic has been talked about often enough. In the last few games, he's been in that position and he hasn't cost us. In fact, he's aided the attack and he's managed to do his job efficiently in terms of protecting the middle. Today, more of the same. Didn't aid the attack as much as he did, obviously, against United with the goal. But just better than El Nene, so I'll say 8 for Xhaka.
Yeah, fair enough. I thought it was very good today. Bukayo Saka.
Quiet for the majority of the game. Very quiet. I think West Ham done well in nullifying him. There was that great run in the first half. And he was the one that forced Fabianski into that save as well. So he had his moments as well. But yeah, it wasn't one of his best games. But that's because the expectations have risen with Saka. Like I just mentioned, a year or so ago, this would be a 7-8 game for Saka. I'd say now it's probably rearing towards a 6 for me. Yeah,
I'd say so. I thought looked more dangerous than Martinelli, but then Martinelli gets the assist. So what are we saying for Martinelli?
Exactly that. Out of the whole, out of all the attack, I'd say Martinelli was the quietest one overall. But in terms of getting the assist, he was the loudest one in terms of pulling off part of the result too. It was a great assist. He took his time with it, composed, cut back in on his favoured foot, nice looping ball, back post, beautiful. Yeah, for me, 7 as well. not as well, but 7 for Martinelli because of the assist. Like I said, he was quiet for the majority of the game, but he's there to provide goals, he's there to provide assists, and he got part of the winner.
These big moments win you games. Martin Odegaard.
Quiet for the majority. I think West Ham done very well in making that midfield tight. And Odegaard needs a bit of space to work with, especially when he hasn't got that quality behind him in a Thomas Partey who can probably draw a couple bodies in, take them on, and take them out of the game. I think El Nene and Xhaka are more safe options. So Odegaard's probably feeling the impact of Partey not being there a little. It wasn't a bad game. It was just a nothing game from Odegaard. 5 as well for me.
Okay, and then up front, Eddie Nketiah. I mean, listen, he wasn't shying away from anything today, was he?
Yeah, he was unlucky at points. He had that run in the first half, forced a save out of the keeper. Probably should have done better, but he throughout the game, he caused problems. Whether it was a shot on goal or whether it was a running behind. That running behind for me when El Nene, sprayed the ball around the corner. I think that was, credit to El Nene on one hand for the ball and the composure to play it, but Eddie made that happen because he drew his run inside, curled it back out, asked for the ball exactly there. It's a shame he didn't finish it. He again probably should have scored, but it was unlucky at the same time. It's not like, oh fuck's sake. It was frustrating because you want to just seal the deal. But overall, I think he done all right. 7 out of 10 for Eddie.
Yeah, and I thought there was a maturity to his game towards the end in terms of never giving Zuma a minute to breathe, making sure that when West Ham were trying to get the ball long, they always had that first man to try and beat, and just winning us throw-ins and fouls and little things like that. So really well played to him. Going to the subs now, Cedric comes on for Tomiyasu.
Yeah, how long did he have?
I did it 20 minutes. Dare I say the fact that I can't really remember anything yet to do is probably a good thing.
Yeah, I was going to say exactly that. I was just for that fact alone, I'd say 6 because he's come on as a sub and he hasn't changed the course of the game. He's helped protect the lead.
You got to say, for the fact that we had 3 of our first choice back 4 missing for that last 15-20 minutes of the game, West Ham didn't really lay a glove on us.
Yeah.
They managed it. I mean, we're watching as Arsenal fans, we're stressed, like, oh my God, this is nervy. But when you watch it back as a neutral, if you're a Tottenham fan or a West Ham fan who are desperate for that ball to go in the back of the net, you're probably sitting there tearing your hair out thinking they're doing nothing. And actually, when you really think about it, Arsenal did manage that last 20 minutes brilliantly.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah. Something we've done well at different points this season is manage narrow leads. And that's something that's changed as well, because over the years, narrow leads, they didn't end in our favour more often than not. I don't know the stats out there, but we was not good at protecting leads, to say the least. That's a welcome change, because that's part of, even if you're a great team like a Man City or a Liverpool, there's going to be a handful of games throughout a season where you're going to need performances, results like the one we've had, where sometimes you don't do the most, but you still get away with 3 points. Yeah. So I think that's a welcome mentality change. That's happened under Arteta.
Yeah. Who else came on? I know Lokonga came on, but he was the third sub. The second was
Emil?
Smith Rowe. Yeah.
Yeah, before you know what, I say not applicable for these ones because they didn't get enough time for me.
Sure, but there was a really lovely bit of skill by Smith Rowe. Do you remember when Tavares broke?
Yeah. Listen, Emil on the ball, his footwork as well. That's his best attribute in my opinion. His footwork, actually, his finishing. It's hard to say because
good player.
Emil's not someone who gets an abundance of chances, and he still managed to score 10 in the Premier League this season, and he's not even a certified starter week in, week out. So I've come to expect that good footwork, that link-up play. He's very much a pass and move player, modern day, midfielder. So you're going to get moments like that, but again, because of the minutes and not enough time, I think Cedric come on with enough time for me to say, you need to do a job out there. Yeah. The other two, Lokonga and Emil, probably didn't have enough time for me to say anything. So 5s for both.
Let's talk about Mikel Arteta.
The pressure was on us. 2 big wins against United and Chelsea. Tottenham win against Leicester earlier in the day. So the pressure was very much on us because everyone looked at us as the team that needs to win this game. West Ham, eyes on the Europa League semi-final, even though Moyes brought on his big guns, played a bit of his big guns. That was the narrative going into the game. And to lose Ben White is probably not an easy thing to deal with for him because that's his 50 million centre back.
Yeah.
Holding come in and done a job. That's credit to Arteta. Like you said, that's not the first time Holding's come in to do a job this season. And I'll emphasize this season because that's also been a welcome change. I don't know why he got a contract when he did, but this season he's come in and he's done all right. Hopefully we have Saliba next season as well. And then, he becomes fourth choice. He becomes, a bit more depth.
Fight it out. Good competition.
Yeah. Other positions, Martinelli comes in for Emil. I believe that was the right thing to do. In the end, Martinelli gets an assist. I'd say, yeah, Arteta done what he had to do today. I don't think it was ever going to be an easy game against West Ham. I'd say 9 out of 10 for Arteta.
Yeah, love it. Can't grade the fans who weren't there. Let's grade the studio. No. The referee.
Fans are always 10 out of 10 though.
Yeah.
Especially this season. The club essentially asked the fans to support the process, whether you believe in it or not. The majority have, backed the team, home, away, behind the TV, in the studio, wherever you're watching the game from. The majority have backed the team. So the fans have all throughout the season, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, absolutely. Referee, I don't think had much to do.
Nah.
Maybe. Actually, I can't really think of it. I mean, no, I think he got most of his decisions right, to be honest. Even the yellow cards, I thought, is it Mike Dean we're talking about? I don't know. He's retiring at the end of the season, I think.
Mike Dean, it's a 0.
Oh, there we go. Just classic, isn't it? Although he had a good game, but fair enough. It's a 0. Listen, we'll end it there. Turkish, big thanks. Those have been the player ratings. Make sure you get in the comment section. Let us know. Do you agree with Turkish? Do you not agree with Turkish? What did you make certain performances? And yeah, what do you want to see for next week? Got a nice week. Nice week to sit on this.
Yeah.
Watch some Champions League football. Hear the music we want to be hearing a lot more often next season. That was beautiful. Bloody hell.
Nice rendition there.
Let's cut it off there. Well done, Arsenal.